Alright, well, we've chosen the materials that you want for your tiles. What sort of finish are you looking for? I was just thinking some glaze. Yeah, they look nice and shiny and pretty. Glazed, okay, so what type of glazing? What, there's different types? Yes, there's loads of types of glazing, and there's heaps of different options if you don't want to go with glazed. Oh, okay, so let's not do glazed, let's do something else. Natural, polished, satin, structured, Lappato. What's Lappato? Okay, we'll get right on that. Hi everyone, if you're thinking of building or renovating, then this is the place to be. I am Nikki and tonight we will be decoding tile finishes. So if you don't know the difference between glazed and tumbled or honed and Lappato, then this is the video for you. Glazed tiles have a thin glass-like coating applied to their clay base, usually before firing. This glaze adds permanent colour or patterns, increased durability, resistance to stains, and forms a water impervious surface that is easy to clean. Traditional wall tiles may be fired twice, first for the clay and then for the glaze. Modern glazing techniques allow designs that mimic wood, stone, concrete, or fabric, while offering the superior maintenance and installation benefits of tiles. You can usually tell a glazed tile because when you look at it from the side, it will have a different colour finish on the top. And the top part of that layer is normally about 1 mil thick. They are usually a little bit more expensive than natural looking tiles because of the extra manufacturing steps gone into making them glazed. And while all gloss tiles are glazed, not all glazed tiles are gloss, as you will see later when I talk about other finish options. Gloss tiles have a shiny reflective glaze that increases colour vibrancy and depth. This finish is applied during manufacturing, resulting in a surface that is more reflective than polished tiles. Gloss tiles can show fingerprints and water spots and may be slippery even when dry. This means gloss tiles are often used on walls and vanity splashbacks rather than on floors. While gloss tiles require additional maintenance, they can increase brightness and colour in various settings. As I've mentioned before, all gloss tiles are glazed, but not all glazed tiles are gloss. Matte tiles have a soft, non-reflective surface for a subtle, modern look. Their texture makes colours and patterns appear more natural and offer good slip resistance, especially when they are unglazed. Glazed matte tiles are smoother, less slip resistant, but easier to clean and longer lasting. If you are using unglazed matte tiles in the bathroom, choose either a non-porous porcelain or a highly vitrified ceramic. If you want to know what vitrified means, I'll explain that in more depth in next month's video. Matte tiles typically hide imperfections and fingerprints better than glossy tiles, but they can be harder to clean and may show more wear over time. They are more suitable for high traffic areas or wet areas like bathrooms and kitchens, and mudrooms due to their textured, slip resistant surface. If this video is helping you even just a tiny weeny little bit, could you please consider clicking that like button? It really helps us out. Cheers. Satin tiles are glazed products that strike a balance between matte and gloss finishes. The understated light reflection provides depth to the tiles without the massive shine of polished or high gloss. Satin tiles are generally easier to maintain and tend to conceal stains and scratches more effectively than the shinier polished options, making them much more suitable for bathrooms and high traffic areas. However, due to their lower reflectivity, they may appear subdued in poorly lit spaces and may not deliver the same visual impact of polished or high gloss tiles. But for those seeking an easy to clean floor tile suitable for wet environments that offers a little bit more visual impact than a matte finish, satin is a pretty good choice. Polished tiles have a high gloss surface created by mechanical polishing, which enhances colour intensity, sharpens patterns, and reflects light for a bright, elegant. This finish offers a refined, luxurious appearance and is achieved on both glazed and unglazed tiles. Polished tiles usually feature simple colours, minimal patterns and less design variety. Colour differences between tile surfaces can vary greatly, even if they're in the same batch, so if consistency is important to you, always check the colour variance. Polished tiles typically last longer than glazed ones due to their thicker layer on the top, except in the case of polished glazed tiles, which get the benefit of the solid colour from the thicker top and more stain resistance and easier cleaning from the glaze. Just be aware that if you do have a polished glaze, this will change the colour over time as the top glaze layer wets. They can also be more difficult to clean, showing smudges, scratches and water spots very easily, and are very slippery when wet, making them unsuitable for bathrooms. Named after the Italian word for semi-polished, Lappato tiles blend polished and matte qualities, resulting in a subtle sheen that enhances depth and patterns without the need for full gloss. As the name suggests, these tiles are only partially polished for a softer finish compared to a fully polished or glazed tile. They are ideal if you are looking for somewhere in between a matte finish and a polished one. While not as slippery as gloss or full polished tiles, they still can be slippery when wet. So always check the slip ratings if you intend to use them for bathrooms or kitchens. Semi-polished tiles highlight colour depth and hide scratches and stains better than fully polished tiles. While easier to clean and offering more slip resistance than glazed tiles, they still require some maintenance to maintain their appearance. Overall, Lappato tiles offer a practical and versatile choice, especially if you're looking for a lower maintenance, polished look. Grip tiles feature a textured or embossed surface that provides enhanced traction and slip resistance, making them particularly well suited for high traffic areas and moisture prone areas. The added texture creates a subtle tactile effect, adding character to the surface without overpowering the entire look. While the grip enhancing properties of these tiles prioritize safety, the textured surface can be slightly more challenging to clean compared to smooth tiles, and the rougher texture may be less comfortable underfoot, so just watch out for that. When selecting grip tiles, it's essential to consider the specific slip rating to ensure they meet the safety requirements of the area where you intend to install them. And just because it says grip doesn't mean it's suited to where you want it to go. I will discuss grip ratings in next month's video, so be sure to hang around to check that out. Natural finish tiles have a soft, non-reflective surface that reduces glare and creates an understated natural stone look. This could mean a natural stone like travertine without a glaze or polished finish, or it could refer to a porcelain or ceramic tile with a natural stone look. In most cases, a natural finish means the tile is not glazed, excessively polished or honed. And while natural tiles often resemble matte tiles, this correlation is not universal. Terminology and definitions between tile manufacturers do change, so just check with them that you are getting what you think you're getting. Most natural stones are porous and vulnerable to staining and general wear in their raw state. So if you're selecting a natural stone like marble, travertine or sandstone and want to maintain the natural finish, be aware that the sealants you have to put on top of them can vary the final colour a little bit. For more detail on which stones require sealing and how often you need to seal them, check out last month's video. Links are in the description. Honed tiles feature a smooth, flat surface with a non-reflective texture. This is achieved through a grinding process. Honed finishes reduce glare and shows the stone natural colour and texture without the shine that you get when you polish stone. Honed tiles are different from matte tiles because while honed finishes can achieve the matte look, they are not glazed and may have a slight sheen, whereas matte tiles can be glazed and typically more non-reflective. Honed tiles can also require more frequent cleaning and attention to spills because when you hone a tile, it usually increases its porosity and susceptibility to stains. And it's also more prone to showing dirt, smudges and water spots. It conceals scratches and marks really well, providing slip resistance along with durability. Overall, honed tiles are an excellent choice for spaces where a natural rustic look is desired, while still providing durability and slip resistance, making them popular for areas such as bathrooms, kitchens, and high traffic spaces, depending on the type of material used. Common types of stone that are honed include marble, travertine, and sandstone. From 3D geometric patterns to textured stone, wood, or concrete, almost any surface is possible with a porcelain or ceramic structured tile. Textured wall tiles are particularly good at adding depth and contrast, especially when highlighted by decorative lighting. Textured floor tiles are frequently selected for their enhanced slip resistance, making them suitable for wet environments and outdoor areas such as pools and patios. However, the degree of slip resistance can differ depending on the surface level of the texture, so always verify the slip rating of any tile to ensure it meets your specific requirements. Textured floor tiles are also very effective at concealing signs of wear and tear, but they may be harder to clean as dirt can become embedded in the textured surface. In-out tiles are designed for use both indoors and outdoors, hence the name. Open plan kitchens, living and dining areas that connect to patios or pool areas are usually where you see in-out tiles. They provide a consistent appearance from inside to outside, allowing the use of the same tile all throughout. And while it is not necessary to use an in-out tile for these areas all the time, it does make selection much easier if you can just go to that category if you know that that's what you need it for. In-out tiles generally possess a surface that combines smoothness with slight texturing, making them less abrasive than traditional structured tiles or grip tiles. This effect is usually achieved with a glaze and the incorporation of additives to provide that slip resistance. As a result, in-out tiles are highly versatile and durable and suitable for use throughout your entire home. Design and color selection may be more limited, and always check the slip rating to compare apples and apples. Tumbled tiles are produced by mechanically distressing or tumbling natural stone tiles such as travertine to create a rustic, weathered and aged appearance. This process results in irregular surfaces which typically require sealing to protect the stone and ensure a longer lasting finish. The final look you get will depend on the type of stone used, but tumbled tiles ultimately deliver a unique, natural and one-of-a-kind aesthetic. They are particularly effective at concealing imperfections and general wear and tear compared to smoother tiles. And their textured finish provides excellent slip resistance, making tumbled tiles an ideal choice for high traffic areas and wet areas, like bathrooms. However, the rougher surface makes cleaning far more challenging, so it's important to balance the benefit of slip resistance with the increased need for maintenance when considering tumbled tiles. Regardless of which finish you choose, always check the finish suits your space and order samples before you make a decision. Because the last thing you want is to put a slippery, glossy tile that's going to require lots of cleaning on the floor and then a really thick, honed, high maintenance travertine tile on the wall that might not actually fit with your architraves. And also remember, you can mix and match the finishes throughout your whole home. So you might have the same material everywhere, but vary up the final color and the finish so that you can save a little bit of money and save your heartache later with all the maintenance that you need to do. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you found that helpful. Next month's video, we will be covering durability, different edge styles, color variation, wear ratings, and slip ratings. So if you want to be notified about that, subscribe and be sure to ring the bell. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am Nikki, CEO and founder of Totally Wicked Group. I hope you have a totally wicked evening.